Hello, everybody, and welcome back to today's episode of Twomey Time. I'm your host, Megan, and today's episode is really just a reflection video about my 2024 and things I'm looking forward to in 2025. So, for those of you who have been following Twomey Time, you know my very first video was about my New Year's resolutions and my New Year's goals. And one of those goals was to basically create something for me that was creative outside of work. And that is Twomey Time for me. And I, especially in the first half of the year, put a lot of effort into, creating that space, creating a space where I could have my guests come on, share their story, to have a comfortable space in order to do that, to talk about something that they were really passionate about and give them an opportunity more than just some soundbite that's on social media, but something that was really for them that they could have honestly for the rest of their lives probably too. So it was just really cool to be able to start that. And mostly I'm just really proud of myself. Before I started Twomey Time, there was a million reasons why I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it because the internet's scary. I shouldn't do it because I'm not experienced enough, or I've never done it public speaking really before. Are you going to be good at podcasting? All these things that come to mind. And I just decided to focus on actually just starting something for once, because if you're a very analytical person, it's really hard sometimes to take that first initial step and just see how things fall into place after that. So just really happy that I started it, really proud of the interviews that is up. Really proud of the episodes. I'm on Spotify, I'm on YouTube, and yes, it's not perfect, but it's a start. And I do this outside of my full-time job, and this is something that is really just fills my cup up, makes me happy, and something I'm also really proud of. So if you have been along for the journey, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And there's a lot more to come in 2025 that I still plan to do. Some of the other things I was thinking about this year is, one of the big things when it comes to my happiness, and it's tied to Twomey Time in my career, was that I feel like I've created a way better work-life balance for myself. And it is far from perfect. And there's still days where I am not perfect and, fall back into a rut of what I used to do in the past. But I think that generally I'm a happier provider, and I think it has to do with just the boundaries that I've set this year. I decided to set certain boundaries for myself, and that includes having a better work-life balance. And I've had friends and family and my partner notice it quite a bit. If you're a primary care provider, you totally know from sun up to sundown, the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you could totally be consumed by this work. And in many days you feel obligated to, or you feel like you need to, because if you don't, you're going to fall behind and then spend your day off that you don't want to spend working most of the day, if not the whole day. So having created that space has been wonderful. Partly, I think this is due to some better, and just more experience in the role as being a provider. Also just have been being burnt out in other positions. Also just finding a spot where I feel happy at. I think that also translates into more job happiness as well. So it's just nice to finally feel that, even if it's just a little bit. I'm not saying it's like a huge spark, but it's something that I'm really proud of, and that's something that's been positive. So creating a better work-life balance is definitely something that I achieved this year. The other thing I'm really happy with and proud of is that I've read a lot. I read a ton. I read so much, and I did that with a mix of audiobooks and real books, and I had so much fun doing it. And I didn't realize how healthy it was for me to have that escape from like just reality in real life, and have something to just think about that's totally different and not super serious. And it's just been such a great outlet for me. And lastly, or I have two more things. The other thing I really was happy with that I achieved this year is how much I traveled. I love to travel. And if you know me, you know I love to travel. The whole reason why I went into the field of nursing is because I love to travel, and I wanted a career where I could travel and have that flexibility. I traveled over 10 times off island this year, and I think actually more than that. I forgot about some trips when I was like looking back through my year, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I did that trip. It was so fun. It filled my cup so much. It was exhausting at times, but I'm so happy I did it, and so thankful that I had the opportunity to do that. And I also had the space to do that as well. So that was something that really just makes me smile when I think about it. And then Lastly, the last thing that is really exciting in 2024 is I decided to have surgery. I was in a lot of pain this year in other ways where I couldn't do a lot of the activities that I love to do. And I love to hike, I love to be outside, and a lot of the physical activities that I enjoyed, I just couldn't do anymore because I was in a lot of pain and I couldn't do them. So thinking back as to, well, I had surgery and I'm still in recovery, and what that's going to look like for 2025 and how many months of recovery is still going to be. I just already feel so much better than I did pre-surgery. So I'm just so thankful and grateful that I was able to have this surgery and feel better. And I'm just so much looking forward to the new year and everything that has in store for me. So if you followed along with my journey, I hope you found some joy this year as well. And thanks so much for tuning in and listening to these episodes and getting to know some of my guests. And I'm very excited to post more videos really in episodes in 2025 and get to interview more people. And I hope this continues every year and just continues to grow for me. And I hope your goals come true as well. And let me know how they went this year. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Twomey Time.